G'day fellow flight simmers and random YouTubers. Okay, you can see here on my scope that I'm controlling Melbourne Centre. I'm doing 3 sectors today. I'm doing Eldon Weir out here. I'm doing Yarrawee, which is all this area. I'm doing Tarlin Bend as well. So not much is happening. Out here, Binduk has taken over Canberra approach. So that looks all pretty good. And I've got a couple of guys down here at Melbourne. And I've got one guy over in Adelaide.
Qantas 462 requesting pushback at Charlie 4 Melbourne.
Qantas 462, push approved.
Pushback approved, Qantas 462.
So there's a few things, and I've got a guy down at Essendon. These are the guys. I've got a guy down at Essendon who wants to go to Ballarat. So, yeah, so hopefully this...
Hot mate.
Sorry.
All good.
So, yeah, so anyhow...
Cool story, needs more dragons.
So anyhow, yeah, I've got a few things happening and we'll see how we go. Okay, so they'll all be announced. I've got one guy at Melbourne, a couple of guys in Adelaide, a couple of guys in Melbourne, a couple of one arrival. Yeah, so it's all looking very nice. Okay, and big announcement too. Last Friday I officially retired, as in forever. And so I'll be doing a few more videos. I've got a big announcement coming up soon. It's involved flying, and yeah, I won't release any details. I don't do that many videos on flying, but this one's going to be a very Aussie theme to it. So maybe you want to stay tuned for that. Now I'm doing the streaming not because I've got a new streaming kit, or whatever you want to call it, software, Stream Elements. So we'll see how that goes. And I have no idea. I've never used Stream Elements before, so we'll see how that goes. Now it looks like I've lost a data tag here. Something's happened. My internet provider. Yeah, anyhow. Okay, so now I don't really extend very often, but I thought, bring on the new year, bring on the new pushing tin. That's what I say. Okay, now I'm going to work. I can't work out what. Scorcher, how you going?
Qantas 486, gate Charlie 8, request push.
Qantas 486, push approved.
Push approved, Qantas 486.
Yeah, so I'm a bit new to all this Stream Elements, or whatever you want to call it, so we'll see how we go. May have more bells and whistles than the other mob, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm doing all right, mate. Yep. Had my birthday the other day. Well, what's today? 29. Yesterday. Okay. I won't say how old I am. Maybe you can pick it up in my voice that I'm very old. Okay. We've got a new ATIS. So we save
Melbourne
that.
Terminal Information Romeo.
And yep. So just get into the habit, make sure there's no great wind changes and that you need to actually change the runways. So the wind is okay, broken 4,000, so it's all good. So the last thing you want to do is like change. Now, Binduk has decided to take the Canberra TMA, so that's very good of him, which is all this area here. So what I'll do, I'll just hand him off. I think I actually, no. Maybe I handed it off too early because he hasn't even started his star yet. There's his star there. Geez, what a goose. What a goose I am. Uncle Nick.
And centre corner 611 is leaving 300, beginning descent.
611, thanks. Anyhow, that was good of... actually, who's on? Chris Gardner's there, Mr. Vatpack man. Got a couple of obs here. Binduk. It's all looking good. So somebody texted me they can't hear, or I can't hear them. So, I'll just check my visibility centres actually. Yeah, no, they're all covered. There's something also, because, you know, I'm not sure how other people treat this, but let's say you've got a guy, you're doing Yarrawee, which is sort of this area here, and some guy calls you an IFR aircraft, or even an aircraft coming into your airspace, you're obliged to tell them what the area QNH is. And what this does is, if you open that up, you've got the sectors that show you area QNH.
Qantas 486, ready for taxi with information, Quebec.
Qantas 486, taxi by Alpha to holding point Charlie, runway 16, cross 0927.
Taxi Alpha, Charlie, holding point runway 16, cross 27, Qantas 486.
Qantas 611, descent to 9000, Melbourne QNH 1017. Qantas 611, do you copy?
Yeah, go for 611.
Qantas 611, descend to 9000, Melbourne QNH 1017.
Down to 9000 and 1017, Qantas 611.
Qantas 462 with information Romeo, ready for taxi at runway 16 for Charlie.
Sorry, station calling. Sorry, I missed the call sign. Say again.
Qantas 462.
Qantas 462, apologies. Taxi via Alpha to holding point Charlie, runway 16, cross 0927, and just caution, company 737 is taxiing as well.
Taxi Alpha cross 27, holding point Charlie, runway 16, and we have the traffic in sight. Qantas 462.
462.
Velocity 291.
Velocity 291, go ahead.
Velocity 291 just been pinged by Binduk Centre to contact him 129.8.
I thought I handed you off to them, sir.
Not yet, not yet.
Roger, sir, you can contact them 129.8.
21.8, have a good day.
I'm sure I did. I'm positive I did, actually. But anyhow, at my age, you can tend to forget things. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we got? Okay, so we've got a guy over here from Bendigo who wants to go to Canberra. He's a Cessna 310. Okay, so what I'm required, and he's flying IFR. Okay, so what I'm required to do, tell him the traffic information and ask him if, and give him the area QNH. And once again, area QNH, and just, you gotta, so he's in area 30. So we look up here and messages, hang on. I saw it somewhere here, area QNH, where is it? You know, when you're on, when you're on video.
Melbourne Centre, Mike X-Ray Romeo on the ground Bendigo, request clearance.
Mike X-Ray Romeo, Melbourne Centre, Squawk 4070, no report at IFR.
4070, Mike X-Ray Romeo.
Mike X-Ray. Now, so he's in area 30, so what I can do, I've got a website that I go to. So if I...
Qantas 486 ready.
Qantas 486, contact me airborne, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Runway 16, clear for takeoff, contact you airborne, Qantas 486.
So Mike X-Ray Romeo should be giving me a departure report as he flies off, and then as I confirm him, then I can give him the clearance. That's basically what you're supposed to do. But I'll check that and I'll show you how you can check it. Now, getting back to the area QNH, I'm trying to find that website again. So, area 30, rest of 1017, okay.
Qantas 462 is at holding point Charlie, ready for runway 16.
Qantas 462, runway 16, line up.
Line up Qantas 462.
Okay. So I've got plenty of time before this guy comes in.
Qantas 486, 1,300, climbing 5,000.
Qantas 486 identified via the SID, climb to flight level 370, cancel speed.
I said 370, cancel speed, Qantas 486.
So until he commences a turn, that's when I can clear this Qantas 462. And as you can see, I've got plenty of time with this guy. And what I'll do is I'll probably take this guy direct to Docell, and that way it gives him a bit of distance between him and Qantas 462 sitting on the runway. So these are all things you have to be sort of thinking of. Yeah, so it can get busy. That's why I don't like this guy said he couldn't contact me, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, Santa G'day, Velocity 582, Airborne Adelaide 1800, climbing 390 via Bendo 5.
Velocity 582, g'day Melbourne Centre, squawk 6035.
6035, Velocity 582.
And if I think I know who that is, talk to him later.
Qantas 486, my apologies. Just had an issue with the autopilot and it made us descend a bit, so just going back on track now.
Qantas 486. Velocity 582, identified via the SID climb to flight level 390, cancel speed.
Cancel speed, climb via SID 390, Velocity 582.
I think this is James White, and he may give me a bit of angst. He's an airline captain, flies for Qantas, I think. Flies the Dash 8s, I think. Qantas 462, contact me airborne, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 16, we'll contact airborne, Qantas 462.
Qantas 611 via the star descent to 5,000.
Via the star down to 5,000, Qantas 611.
Do I have to separate him from him? No, because he's out at 8,000. He's at, well, theoretically, I can't really, because I've got 3 miles lateral separation. I have a standard, but you've got to be careful when this guy will be crossing this guy. So now, as soon as this guy, Qantas 406, goes outside this guy's level, I have vertical separation as well. I've still got the 3 miles lateral separation. Qantas 486, cancel SID from present position, track direct to Docell plan route.
Track direct Docell plan route, Qantas 486.
So I'll get a bit of
Qantas 462 is airborne passing 2000 for 5000.
Qantas 462, identified via the SID climb to flight level 370.
Climb for SID flight level 370, Qantas 462.
So we haven't got much happening anywhere else, so I can sort of... Now this guy needs to call me. But I better check on that because he needs a clearance to come into my airspace, and he'll be coming into Class Echo airspace at 9,000. Class Charlie, he is C125, but he'll be entering controlled airspace, so he needs a clearance into enter controlled airspace. So you can see, oh. G'day, Seth.
Mike, X-Ray Romeo is airborne out of Bendigo, passing 2,100.
Mike X-ray Romeo, identified. You cleared to Canberra as filed, climb to 7,000.
Cleared as filed, climb 7,000, Mike X-ray Romeo.
Mike X-ray Romeo, Kiri QNH 1017.
1017, Mike X-ray Romeo.
Any tips if possible, Bruce? Yes, I'm very new to that. Well, that guy down at Essendon. Oh, you're down at Essendon. Okay. What I'll show you, if you're watching, is this. This is a departure, and this is what you need to say. Melbourne approach, blah blah blah, Foxtrot, Delta Kilo, Essendon for wherever, request clearance and engine start, and I'll say that, and then you repeat the clearance, and depending on this, and I might give you a visual departure, depends on the weather there, and then I'll respond that way. So that's basically, if you can take a snapshot of that, yeah, you can. That's basically what you need to say for when you're at Essendon. Qantas 611 via the start descent to 4,000.
Down to 4,000, Qantas 611.
So by pressing the home button, I get the whole picture here. Yeah, this guy, I've said it many times before, but anyhow, I'll blow his trumpet. Very capable.
Qantas 486, could we step out for a minute, please?
486, not a problem. Report went back.
We'll go Qantas 486, thanks.
AFK just means away from the keyboard, or whatever you want to, flight deck, if you want to put AFD, as long as you know what you're doing. Now, these guys here will be flight level 370 each, right? So obviously I don't have vertical separation. So I need another separation. Now, because this is radar, everywhere, this whole east coast is under radar control. So what I can have is either I could have, there's three separation techniques. Obviously vertical, that's no big, don't need Einstein to work that one out, which is 1,000 feet. I need a lateral separation, which is if I've got these guys positively identified, and because they're in the TMU, if they're in the TMU, or in the what they call approach control, sort of this area around here, I can use 3 miles. But as soon as they come out into my area, where it's just sort of all up this way, I need a 5 mile nautical separation standard. So if I hit him and go up here and bearing and range, I've got up the top here, you can see that it's 25 miles between him and him. So you only need 5 miles, and you can see this, and it's a very useful tool. So it's bearing 233, and it's 4 minute, I think the 004 minute.
And centre Qantas 611, level 4,000.
Qantas 611, Roger, sorry, you cleared the ILS runway 16 approach report established.
Cleared ILS 16, will report established, Qantas 611.
That was naughty.
And centre Qantas 611, established ILS 16.
611, runway 16, cleared land.
Cleared land 16, Qantas 611.
So I've got a standard. Now, the thing that I've got to watch out is, of course, this guy here, that 4.5 meets his ground speed, and this guy's 3.9. So it's an opening. It's not a closing speed. Now, if this guy was to go faster than 460, this guy here, Qantas 462, then I have to either slow one down or speed one up. So you have to always try to be aware of that. And if you really...
The 582 request made a flight 370 final, thanks.
Aussie 582, recleared flight level 370.
Climb fold 370, Aussie 582.
And I don't know what's happened there, but this Jetstar guy's just popped up from nowhere. What I did there is I highlighted and pressed F6. So if I press F6, I get all that. Now I've got that many things happening. Any tips if possible? Yeah, Brucey. Yeah.
Melbourne Centre, Sierra Charlie Zulu, Cessna Caravan at Bendigo for Melbourne. How do you read?
Aircraft Cessna Caravan calling. Say again your call sign.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon, Jetstar 775, passing through flight level 250, on climb to flight level 290.
Jetstar 775, g'day Melbourne Centre, squawk 4227.
4227, Jetstar 775.
Jetstar 775, identified. Climb to flight level 390.
Clear to climb to flight level 390, Jetstar 775.
Now, someone calling me, Essendon delivery, g'day, November 8, ramp 27, request cleared to Ballarat. Okay. Do you want me to type that out? November 801 Papad, do you accept voice? I don't know if you can hear me, Brucey. Do you accept voice, mate? Peanuts, all the way, good day from Tokyo. Wow. I don't know, Peanuts. I'll be open for a little while until I get really bad or tired. One of the two. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because it's, you know, you can appreciate me trying to type all that stuff here. Look, I'll try to explain it. It's like, it's a nightmare for me to type all this. I've got to type all this. You know, I mean, I've got to type all that. If you can't get me,
And centre corner 611, clear a 16 now on Victor.
611, welcome Melbourne. Taxi to the bay of your choice.
Taxi bay of choice, and thanks for your ATC, corner 611.
611, always a pleasure. Okay, you can see these two guys. He's doing 490, he's doing 450. Now, the problem is with VATSIM, he may be onto one weather simulator, and this guy could be on P3D, and this guy could be on X-Plane. So that's really not a great indication, but just be aware, yeah. It's not like the real world. Sometimes, and it's happened to me countless times, you try to put some speed restriction, but they still close in. You know, one has a closing speed on the other because they're flying two different flight systems, whether it be X-Plane or flight simulators, I should say. So, are you still with me, System? Because if you are, I don't know what happened down at where we're Kangaroo Island, I think. So, yeah, it's and if you're listening, Brucey, yeah, just take off at Essendon and I'll just clear. I'll give you the information while you're in the air. Okay, because I mean.
Qantas 486 back.
486, thanks. Just if you're listening, Brucey, you take off from runway 17 Essendon and make a left turn from there.
Qantas 486 back.
Qantas 486.
Melbourne Centre, Alpha Romeo Charlie, radio check.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, good afternoon, Melbourne Centre. Read you 5x5.
Alpha Romeo Charlie.
Okay, it's, what have I got? Another guy down here. I've got another guy leaving Melbourne for Sydney, Velocity 883. So everything looks pretty well. Okay. Well, question I always ask is what's going to happen next? That's something you always got to be aware of. And you've got to constantly, look, have I given this guy descent? Have I handed this guy off? So you've always got to be looking. What do I expect next? For me, I expect something.
Melbourne Centre, Sierra Tango India.
Sierra Tango India, go ahead.
Yes, Sierra Tango India is I-5 Vision Jet, taxis parafill for Majura, runway 08 left, 4 POB. And just for reference, there's nothing in your remarks or on Volanta about what that you're covering this area.
Sierra Tango India, Roger, I'll remember that. Standby 1. Sierra Tango India, squawk 3205, no reported IFR.
3205, Sierra Tango India, thanks.
Okay, I didn't put that in my remarks. Okay, I better do that next time. So like I said, this guy's at Parafield, Sierra Tango India. I'll show you the flight plan. He's IFR, he's taken off from Parafield, going to Mildura. That's Mildura. And I was thinking, what level is he going at? He hasn't given me a level. This is interesting. Oh, flight level 250. Request a flight level. Yeah, so that's interesting. You must just have a look. Sierra Tango, India. He's going to get to flight level 250 and he's going to find... That's interesting. Will he get to flight level 250? And there's my lovely wife. You got the chai tea, love? Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at this guy's 33 miles. Before it was 20 odd miles, now it's 33 miles. So plenty of room. Normally what I try to do is when I hand off, let's say if I was doing Eldon Ware, I think it's this area here, it used to be called Snowy, and passing it on to the approach control. If these guys are at the same level, I'd like about 20 nautical miles. That's what I would always, if they're at the same level, you need what they call longitudinal separation. And because one guy will be slowing down, the other guy will be probably at his normal, descent profile speed. So he'll be closing in. So 20 miles gives them a good buffer. And then obviously...
Melbourne Centre, IFR PC12 Alpha Romeo Charlie POB 3 taxis, runway 08 left at Parafield 4 Mildura.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, G'day Melbourne Centre, Squawk 4061, and traffic is stand by. It's Sierra Foxtrot 50 aircraft taxiing as well to active runway at Parafield.
Squawk 4061 Alpha Romeo Charlie.
Ah, fuck, that was useless. SF50, what is it? SF50. Anybody tell me what an SF50 is? I know how. Info. It's a great tool. Aircraft SF50. Cirrus Vision Jet. There we go.
Also, Sierra Tango, India, request clearance. Holding point Alpha 1008 left, Parafield.
Sierra Tango, India, you're cleared to Mildura asphalt. Climb to flight level 2, flight level 250. Well, that was all.
Clear to Mildura asphalt, flight level 250, Sierra Tango, India.
He's supposed to give me a call, but yeah, okay. He's supposed to give me a call as he departs Parafield. Supposed to give me a departure report, and would have given me a clearance, but I'm not going to argue with these guys. Just give them what they want.
Alpha Romeo Charlie,
Melbourne
that's
terminal
the holding point for runway
information.
08 left, request clearance.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, Roger, you're cleared to Mildura as filed, flight level 230.
Good to Mildura, flight plan route, flight level 230, Alpha Romeo Charlie.
See, now, what happens is, if this guy gives me a departure report, and I take note of what actually time he departed, then I can give the other guy who's already at the holding point, Alpha Romeo Charlie, I can tell him Cirrus Jet departed time, blah, blah, blah. So I can give him that traffic information.
Sierra Tango India airborne passing 1,900 on climb, flight level 250.
Sierra Tango India identified, climb flight level 250.
Flight level 250, Sierra Tango India.
Yeah.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, airborne passing 1,600, climb into flight level 230.
Alpha Romeo Charlie identified, climb to flight level 150.
Climb to flight level 150, Alpha Romeo Charlie.
Now, all this is totally fucked. If you start, yeah, I knew this was going to happen. I've got no separation here. And these guys are probably wanted to test me. And they're going, that idiot. You know. But when things aren't done right from the beginning, that's what happens. Now, I'm not saying I did my end perfectly, but these guys probably know the rules. I'm not saying that they probably did this intentionally. But, yeah, when it doesn't start off right, this is what happens. So anyhow, they're having probably a bit of a laugh. So, you know, that goose, he doesn't know what he's doing. Anyhow, we all want to be the smart asses.
Sierra Tango India, we're levelling off at 6,000. We've got a traffic statement for an aircraft half a mile, 1,000 above.
Yeah, what do you want me to fucking do about it?
2 in.
Melbourne Centre, Sierra Tango India, we're levelling off at 6,300. We've got a TA for an aircraft about 1,000 feet ahead of us. Same, or actually exact same distance on top of us.
Sierra Tango, Roger, you maintain 6,000. That's good. That's very good.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon. Rec 621 climbing out of flight level 150 for flight level 240.
Rec 621, good afternoon. Climb to flight level 340.
Climb into flight level 340.
That's very good. They realised, oh yeah, that's great. We can show this goose. Perth Aviator, how you going? How are you, mate? Aussie 883. Contact me. I'm not sure how this stream's coming through, and I'll check it out later on, but like I said, I've got a new streaming device.
Melbourne Centre, Sierra Charlie Zulu, Cessna Caravan on ramp at Bendigo for direct to Melbourne. Request taxi.
Sierra Charlie Zulu, good afternoon, Melbourne Centre. Just confirm, sir, you've put in a flight plan? Oh, Sierra Charlie Zulu, disregard. It's come through now, sir. Can you squawk 7201, no reported IFR? Okay, this guy is saying he's direct to Bendigo, newbie, first VATSIM connection. Okay, fair enough. And I know exactly who Juliet Alpha Echo is too.
Melbourne Centre, Sierra Charlie Zulu, Cessna Caravan at Bendigo. How do you read?
Sierra Charlie Zulu, read you 5x5 and me.
Sierra Tango India, request climb flight level 250.
Two in together, aircraft at flight level 250, go ahead.
Sierra Tango India, request climb flight level 250.
Sierra Tango India, climb to flight level 250.
Flight level 250, Sierra Tango India.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 883.
Qantas 486, contact Melbourne Centre 129.8, g'day.
129.8, Qantas 486, g'day.
Melbourne Centre, just 775, just approaching top 15.
Just 775, standby 1. Just 775, you've cleared the RB6 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
Clear the RB6 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 210, just 775.
And 775, can you contact me on 134.325?
Melbourne Centre, I appear to be having some radio problems, I believe here. This is Sierra Charlie Zulu, Cessna Caravan at Bendigo. How do you read?
Sierra Charlie Zulu, standby. Just 775, did you get my last?
No, there's two in then. So just to contact you 134.325, just 775.
Just 775, A firm. Sierra Charlie Zulu, how do you read?
Okay, Melbourne Centre, I see I'm receiving audio, but I'm not hearing anything. I will disconnect from the network and I'll see if I can work out what's going on. I'll try again. Thank you.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 883.
Velocity 883, Melbourne Centre, go ahead.
Velocity 883, request airways clearance to Sydney.
Velocity 883, you're cleared to Sydney via Docell planned route. By the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16, Docell 1 departure, squawk 6027 and departures with me.
Clear to Sydney, Docell 1 departure, then as filed, climb initially 5,000 feet. Runway 16, squawk 6027 and departure with you, velocity 883.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon. Cessna 172 Juliet Alpha Echo at Bendigo. Radio check.
Juliet Alpha Echo, read you 5x5 and me.
Juliet Alpha Echo. Qantas 462, approaching top descent.
Qantas 462, stand by for handoff.
Melbourne Centre, get in airline 27, flight level 365, climbing 380.
Qantas 462, contact Melbourne Centre 129.8, g'day.
129.8, Qantas 462, g'day.
Station calling previously, say again the call sign.
Netlink 27, November Whiskey Kilo 27.
Network 27, g'day, Melbourne Centre.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, request further climb.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, climb to flight level 230.
Climb to flight level 230, Alpha Romeo Charlie.
Take India, Chris, direct to Mildura.
Sierra Tango India from present position, track direct to Mildura.
Direct to Mildura, Sierra Tango India.
Oh, chai tea's lovely. Okay, let's have a look what the situation is around here. It's a bit of a shit fight. Now, we know the situation with these two guys.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon. Juliet Alpha Echo over at Bendigo. VFR today, direct through to Ballarat, and I'm ready to taxi.
Juliet Alpha Echo, stand by 1. Juliet Alpha Echo, just confirm your VFR, sir.
Confirm VFR as filed.
Juliet Alpha Echo, and confirm you're planned at 2,000.
2,000 confirmed.
Juliet Alpha Echo, because you're VFR and you're under the control steps, no need, no requirements to be on my frequency, sir.
No problem. Do you want me to transfer to 122.8?
Juliet Alpha Echo, you can do, sir, or you can. I can provide your flight following if you want that.
Oh, why not? Let's grab a flight following, thanks. Juliet Alpha Echo.
Juliet Alpha Echo, then squawk 0325.
Say again, squawk.
0325, sir.
0325, Juliet Alpha Echo.
Okay, so now this is something, a bit of a catcher. Gotcha. Okay, you can see the control steps right out here where Juliet Alpha Echo is. The lowest class Charlie is 125 and you got Echo at 085. So below Echo airspace, it's all uncontrolled. So he's flying.
Velocity 883, received Sierra at stand Echo 6, request push and start.
Velocity 883, push approved.
Push approved 883.
Okay, so we'll go back to this. Jetstar 775, fire the star descent to 9000, Melbourne QNH 1017.
Descent by the star 9000, copy QNH, Jetstar 775.
So the controlled airspace is Echo airspace, and below that there's nothing, as in he can do what he wants. Because he's a VFR, he's saying to me, and I know you're watching SESSIM, he's saying to me, don't worry about talking to me because I can look after myself. I'm a VFR, so I don't need air traffic control to tell me how to get from point A to point B.
Okay, Melbourne Centre, Sierra Charlie Zulu, Cessna Caravan at Bendigo for Melbourne. How do you read now?
Sierra Charlie Zulu, read you 5x5.
Great. I've got you as well, loud and clear. I request taxi clearance.
Yeah, Sierra Charlie Zulu, as explained to another aircraft, you're a VFR aircraft, I take it?
That is correct.
Roger, and I assume you haven't put in a level, sir, or an altitude. I'm assuming probably 2,000?
Yeah, sure. 2,000 fine.
Roger, sir. There's no requirement for you to be on my frequency, but I can give you flight following.
Oh, great. Flight following would be advantageous, thank you.
All right, Juliet, Sierra Charlie Zulu Squawk 7201, and there is a Cessna 172 taxiing at Ballarat.
All right, copy the Cessna at Ballarat and Squawk 7201.
Okay, back to Bossy 582.
Melbourne Centre, Mike Romeo X-ray, request 9000.
Mike X-ray Romeo, recleared amended flight level, correction 9000.
Climb 9000, Mike X-ray Romeo, thanks.
So here's Juliet Alpha Echo. I've got him on radar, and the reason is because I want him flight following, and so I can tell the other aircraft who's leaving, basically of his presence. So I can tell Sierra Charlie Zulu, Cessna 172 departed Ballarat on climb to 2,000, passing 1,400 at your whatever, 12 o'clock. So basically that's what flight following is. You tell him traffic information, but I don't, because he's a VFR, I don't need to tell him traffic information. If he was IFR, then I do need to provide traffic information, and he actually has to, he would need to call me on my frequency on 129.8 because he's an IFR. In other words, I know he's saying I'm in uncontrolled airspace, but I'm an IFR, so I need your help in telling me how to navigate, where to go, what to do, what level, if there's any conflicting traffic. So, but if you're VFR, uncontrolled airspace, don't need to talk to anyone. You only need to on the CTAF. And these guys are having their little fun.
Velocity 883, request taxi, Able intersection departure.
Velocity 883. Say again the intersection departure requested.
We can accept anything beyond Echo, velocity 883.
Velocity 883. Confirmed Echo.
Affirm.
Velocity 883. Roger. Taxi to holding point Echo, runway 16.
Taxi holding point Echo, runway 16, velocity 883.
Rec 621. Star clearance available. Just start 775 via the star descent to 5,000.
Descent to 5,000 via the star 775.
Rex 621, do you copy?
Go for Rex 621.
Rex 621, ready to copy star clearance.
Ready to copy star clearance for Rex 621.
621, you cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready descend to flight level 210.
Cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, runway 16, and when ready, cleared to descend to, what was the flight level again for Rex 621?
621, when ready, descend to 210.
Down to 210 when ready for Rex 621, thank you.
Now this guy, I think MSAW, I'm not sure.
Melbourne Centre, this is Jetstar 610 with information 0. We'd like to pick up IFR clearance to Sydney. Aussie 582, request star and descent, thanks.
582, I was just about to call you. 582, you cleared the Poly 8 Alpha arrival, runway 35, and when ready, descend to 210.
When ready, flight level 210 and request the Poly 8X. Sorry, try that again, the Poly 8 X-ray for 35, thanks.
Velocity 8582, you re-cleared the Poly 8X.
Thanks, re-cleared Poly 8 X-ray, Casey transition runway 35, velocity 582.
And just 882, just a Delta, we cleared the ILS for runway 16.
Just start 775, Roger, you cleared the ILS approach, runway 16, report established.
Report established, cleared the ILS runway 16, Jetstar 720.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, request for November for the INAV Zulu runway 18.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, standby. It's all happening. And a new 8 as well.
Melbourne Centre, Mike X-ray Romeo, we're losing you on this frequency. If you get another frequency for us.
Mike X-ray Romeo, can you get me on 123.75?
Say again, frequency for Mike X-ray Romeo.
Mike X-ray Romeo, on can you get me on 123.75?
123.75, Mike X-ray Romeo.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 560 is with you, flight level 220, climbing flight level 360.
Qantas 560, g'day Melbourne Centre.
883, ready, runway 16, holding Echo.
I see 883, standby 1.
Jetstar 725 established.
Jetstar 775, runway 16, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 16, just past 775.
Melbourne Centre, g'day, velocity 284 with you, climbing 190,000 for flight level 260.
Velocity 284, g'day Melbourne Centre.
Melbourne Centre, Mike X-Ray Romeo 9000.
Mike X-Ray Romeo.
Melbourne Centre, good afternoon. Velocity 740 with you at flight level 360.
Velocity 740, good afternoon Melbourne Centre.
And I'm enjoying your stream as well.
Well, I'm glad you are, because I certainly am not.
Melbourne Centre, Juliet Alpha Echo, 10 nautical miles southwest, requesting flight level to change to 3,000.
Juliet Alpha Echo, climb to 3,000.
Climb to 3,000, Juliet Alpha Echo.
Hey, where you streaming?
OnlyFans.
I'm showing everyone how not to flight control. I've messed these two guys up, Alpha Romeo Charlie, so they've given up on me.
Velocity 582 left flight level 370.
582, thanks. Velocity 883, have company aircraft landing behind that aircraft, line up behind.
Confirm that's behind the traffic on rolling out on runway 16, velocity 883.
883, affirm, sir.
Behind the traffic, line up and wait, velocity 883.
Melbourne Centre, this is Jetstar 610, radio check.
Station called radio check, read you 5x5.
Thanks. Melbourne Centre, this is Jetstar 610 with Information Sierra would like IFR clearance to me.
Station calling, IFR, I got half of that. Should try again?
Information, Jetstar 610, Information Sierra, requesting IFR clearance to Sydney.
Jetstar 610, Roger, you're cleared to Sydney via Docell plan route. Via the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16, Docell 1 departure, squawk 3665 and departures with me.
Docell 1. Departure by the SID, climb to 5,000, and runway 16, and squawk 3665, departures with you.
Jetstar 610, break, Rex 621, descend to 9,000, QNH 1017.
Down to 9,000 QNH 1017 for Rex 621.
Jetstar 775, clear to runway 16.
Jetstar 775, taxi to the bay of your choice.
Taxi to bay, Jetstar 775.
Velocity 883, contact me airborne runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Contact airborne runway 16, velocity 883.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, just tracking on direct Mildura November.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, affirm, direct November.
Sorry, you just cut out there. Just confirm, we cleared direct Mildura November?
Alpha Romeo Charlie, affirmative.
Alpha Romeo Charlie, cleared direct Mildura November.
Yeah, this was the total stuff up. Okay, myself, self-diagnosis, how I've done. Well, these two was a total cluster.
Just 610, regressing pushback and starting engine.
Just 610, Roger, push and start approved, and can you squawk mode Charlie on the ground, sir?
Yeah, push and start approved, and I'll squawk Charlie.
Okay, so these guys, this is the worst. This is where I've really...
Sierra Tango India, request Mildura, November for the RMP 18.
Sierra Tango India, you cleared the Mildura RMP runway 18.
Mildura RMP 18, Sierra Tango India.
Yeah, so you can tell there's a bit of a laugh because they know.
Velocity 883, passing 3,000 feet, climbing 5,000, Dorsal 1 departure.
Velocity 883, identified via the SID, climb to flight level 370.
Via SID, climb flight level 370, velocity 883.
Who are these guys? Jack Turner and Alex. Okay. Okay, so what's my... I've got no problem with this guy. These two guys, he's 260 and this is 360. I've got vertical separation. I've got no problems with this. This guy is slow compared to this. Mike X-Ray Romeo is slow compared to this 737. Velocity 582. Descent to 9,000. Stand by for Canberra QNH.
9,000 and 1017. Velocity 582.
582, you're just too good, son.
I learned from the best, mate.
Yeah, well, it certainly wasn't me. Okay, so that was Rex 621 via the start descent to 5,000.
Via the start, descend down to 5,000 for Rex 621.
So yeah, the only major issue with these two guys, I completely buggered that up, but what I should have done with these two guys is just give them each one traffic, and now because they're IFR, so I have to provide a separation service in that zone. So yeah, that one was just a total cluster. I think changing frequencies, because see, all this is tail and bend out here, and then this is Yarrawee, and then this is Eldon Weir. So that sort of caught me out a bit. I should have been on top of that. I'm trying to think of what else I really stuffed up big time. I'm trying to think.
Sierra Tango India, request descent for RMP 18 Zulu.
Yeah, see, these guys are always going to hassle me, because Sierra Tango India, leave control area descending, no reported RFR.
Leave control area descent, Sierra Tango India.
And I know what I should say. So this guy, conducting RMP approach runway 18 to Mildura, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I like to, and see how these guys are, they're on top of each other. And they're having a good old laugh. He's actually 247, he's going to be flying through his level, so crash, bang, it's going to be ugly. Yeah, good to see, Bruce. You can see the predicament I'm in. So I had to deal with all this crap, and then all of a sudden now I have to type out all that stuff to you. Yeah, it might be a good idea to buy a headset, I think. I'm not sure if you do own one. Now this guy's left 9,000, this guy's left 120, so I've got vertical separation, plus I've got lateral. It's always a good idea to have, you know, at least, it's good to have two standards, but, you know, I've got, in case one of them breaks down. So this guy's descending and this guy's climbing, so there's no problem with any separation there. Mike X-Ray Romeo, start clearance available.
Say again for Mike X-Ray Romeo.
Start clearance available, sir.
Go ahead.
Mike X-Ray Romeo, you're cleared the Poly 8 Alpha runway 35 when maintain 9,000.
Poly 8 arrival 35, 9000, Mike X-Ray Romeo.
Rex 621 via the star descend to 4,000.
Down to 4,000 via the star for Rex 621.
Jetstar 610, requesting taxi instructions.
Jetstar 610, in taxi to holding point Charlie runway 16 and you can cross 0927.
Go to holding point Charlie at runway 16, cross 09.
Okay, what's the problem with these two guys? Well, this guy's in front, but this guy's going 450 knots, this guy's 370. So he's been slower. So
is that an alpha?
610 affirmative.
Thanks.
So what's the problem there? Well, this guy, if this guy's in front and from 360 and he'll be descending through this guy's level. So if I don't have 5 nautical miles at least between these two guys and this guy goes through this level, there's a breakdown separation. So what do I do? Well, what I do is I move this guy out of the way because this guy's faster. Qantas 560, 4 separation, turn right heading at 290.
Right heading 290, Qantas 560.
Melbourne Centre and Ballarat traffic, IFR Cirrus Whiskey Juliet Bravo, taxis runway 36 for Moorabbin, 1 POB.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, good day Melbourne Centre. No reported IFR, squawk 3734.
No reported IFR, squawk 3734, Whiskey Juliet Bravo, great stream as always.
Melbourne Centre, hello, Netlink 27. Can we get about 10 minutes away from keyboard?
Sorry, missed the call sign. Say again.
Netlink 27. Can we get 10 minutes away from keyboard?
Netlink 27. Actually, sir, you're going to be out of my airspace soon, so you can contact Unicom 122-8. Cheers.
Over Unicom, and thanks for the service, and I'll see you on the stream. Netlink 27.
Network 27, Roger. I hope not too many people see it because it's not the best.
Oh, there's your stream on there, what I'm talking about.
Way too many mistakes.
And Velocity 582, we're starting to lose you here on the radio. Have you got a high frequency we can try?
Yeah, 582. Just to hand off over to standby 129.8, sir. He's taking the Canberra TMA.
29.8. Thanks for your great air traffic control, Nick. Have a great day.
Rex 621 via the star descend to 3000 from Belter. You cleared the ILS runway 16 approach. Report established.
Via the star down to 3000 and cleared the ILS approach 16 for Rex 621.
Okay, so one thing is really bothering me, and it's this: these two guys here tried to, well, they did trip me up. They tripped me up really good. So I'm going to find out about parafield departures when tower's closed. Now, I know it's a Class G airspace, but I want to be exactly 100% sure. So I'll read up on that, but I'm sure that... Okay, so we got this guy heading 290. Velocity 284, start clearance available.
Go ahead for velocity 284.
Velocity 284, you'll clear the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 140.
Cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival into runway 16 when ready, descend to flight level 140, velocity 284.
So he's doing 450, he's doing 360, so now I don't want this guy, look, Qantas 560, turn left heading 250.
Left heading 250, Qantas 560.
So I've got a bit of space between these guys. So that's how I resolve that conflict. Because as you can see, this guy here was at the lower level, and if he was descending, you're going to be breaking down the standard. So that's how I resolve that. Qantas 560, resume navigation, track direct to Bulla, plan route.
Track direct to Bulla, Qantas 560.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I haven't looked at the comments. I was Qantas 7 yesterday from Cairns to Melbourne. No, go on. QJet, how's things, mate? Okay, so thanks for streaming, Nick. Mavericks. QJet 15, I just took a photo of a Singapore Air3 flying over my house in Perth. Okay, well, that's where I live. QJet 15, I think ARC and STO and Cash, yeah. Yeah, thanks for subbing, mate. Cheers. Yeah, Jack Turner, I died. Yep. So, now let me get this right. Jack, were you one of the guys out of Parafield? Not sure. But anyhow, I just had a chance to look at the comments. So, Whiskey Juliet Bravo. Okay.
Melbourne Centre, Cessna 172, Juliet Alpha Echo, 10 nautical miles northeast at 3,000 inbound to Ballarat.
Juliet Alpha Echo, Roger, there is a Cirrus 22. He's taxiing at Ballarat. I'm not sure what actually if he's on the runway, but he's taxiing at Ballarat.
Copy that. Assume active runway is 36.
Juliet Alpha Echo, I'm not sure, sir, but have you got an estimate for the circuit?
I've got the confirmed circuit. Yeah, I'll run a circuit before making a landing.
Juliet Alpha Echo, not a problem.
Whiskey Juliet
Bravo,
Bravo, we're on the ground, Ballarat, holding short, runway 36.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, Roger. Whiskey Juliet Bravo, you realise are you familiar with non-tower operations?
Hey firm, I call you airborne. It was for the aircraft. I'm going to talk to him if he makes any CTAF or Unicom transmissions.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, Roger, sir, you're a legend. And unlike this chai tea, you're very good.
Melbourne Centre, Juliet Alpha Echo will change to CTAF 127.75 for traffic at Ballarat.
Juliet Alpha Echo, Roger, sir. No further requirements on frequency.
Okay. Jetstar 610, holding short of runway 16.
Jetstar 610, contact me airborne, runway 16, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff on 16.
Center velocity 284 is leaving flight level 260.
Velocity 284, thanks.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 560 has reached top of descent.
Qantas 560, you're cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250 and cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, runway 16, Qantas 560.
And Qantas 560, can you reduce speed to not above 250 knots?
AFM, speed not above 250 knots.
Okay, so the rush is over, I think. Having said that, we've got Jetstar, and who else have we got? Okay, so what did I learn from all this? Well, I learnt that I should really revise my traffic information, giving traffic information to appropriate aircraft. Now, let's talk about this guy once he's airborne.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo departed Ballarat time 38, currently tracking 176 for SDIG, and on climb 5000, Moorabbin time 0713.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, you identified. You cleared to Moorabbin as filed, climb to 5,000.
Clear to Moorabbin as filed, climb to 5,000, Whiskey Juliet Bravo.
Okay, so I've given him a clearance, 5,000 is in my airspace. He's an IFR aircraft. So, what do I need to look for this guy? Well, firstly, he's going to be going through
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 610. I'm at 5,000 feet and at our back.
Jetstar 610. Identified, climb to flight level 360.
Climb to 360.
Okay, so obviously 610. Okay, this happens time and time again. Look at this. Do I contact you for clearance from Ballarat? Sorry, never know who to contact when there's no controllers at my airport. I think there's a video. I should do a video on that. I'll do it as a pilot leaving a non-towered airport. Okay? Because there's a lot of people just don't know what to do there. We'll talk about that. Let's wait till I get all these guys out the way and then we can have a bit of a talk. I'll transfer this guy off to Mike X-Ray Romeo, contact Melbourne Centre 129, just Mike, g'day.
129.8, you do a great job, Mike X-Ray Romeo.
Mike X-Ray Romeo, thank you very much, very kind words, sir. Okay, let's talk about Whiskey Juliet Bravo. He's an IFR aircraft, he wants to... The first thing you need to do, he's going to go through what is called Delta. This is Avalon. This is Delta airspace. He's going 5,000. So if you look at the Avalon charts, see how up here you've got E015 to 045. So he's going through Avalon. So if in real life, they would need a clearance to transit this airspace. Once I get a clearance to transit that airspace, I need to know what he needs to do at Moorabbin. In other words, he's an IFR aircraft, what approach he needs to do, and then I need to give him the appropriate clearance, or you're cleared to, now he could be doing a RNAV to, I think, what's the runway is 36, I think, at Moorabbin. There's 18 and 36 and 0725, I'm not sure. There's a couple of parallel runways and a crossing runway. So that's the thing that you need to consider. And now, because Moorabbin Tower is not online, right, this area here, that little ring there, that's Moorabbin, and I'll show you that on the chart. That is basically becomes Class G. Moorabbin Tower, when it's open, is responsible for this area.
Robert Centre, Qantas 560, request further descent.
Qantas 560, stand by. Qantas 560. Descend to flight level 130.
Flight level 130 for Qantas 560.
Velocity 284. Descend to 9,000, Melbourne QNH 1017.
9,000 and QNH 1017, velocity 284.
Now I should have cleared this guy. I shouldn't clear this guy's leaving 160, so I should have given this guy at least 170.
This is Jetstar 610. Am I free to go at whatever speed I want?
Sorry, 610, say again?
Am I free to go at whatever speed I want?
Sorry, auto speed. What is auto speed?
Speed I'd like.
Sorry, sir, what is auto speed?
I didn't say auto speed. Whatever speed I'd like.
610. Not at this time, sir. Well, I can. Just stand by.
Thanks.
Jetstar 610. Just for your information, if I say cancel speed, means cancel speed restrictions, okay? And Jetstar 610 in this instance, cancel speed.
Cancelling speed. Thank you. Jetstar 610.
Okay, so so that's the sort of situation you need to understand with this guy. Now, if I go to maps and I go to Melbourne, and ML is obviously Melbourne, but if I go, where's Moorabbin? Okay, Moorabbin's not there. Let's pull up the charts.
Start 527.
5 minutes.
Sorry, two in together. Jetstar 527, go ahead.
Just 527 with you at 358 to 380.
Jetstar 527. So, Whiskey Juliet Bravo and this guy. Velocity 284 via the start descend to 5,000.
Via the star, descend to 5,000, velocity 284.
Qantas 560 via the start descend to 10,000.
Via the star 10,000, Qantas 560.
Qantas 560, can you reduce your speed any further, sir?
We can try, but we might be a bit high.
If possible, sir, can you reduce to 230?
FM, reducing speed 230, Qantas 560.
Yep, okay, that's good. Yeah, well, there's one in every crowd, I guess. What can you say? Thanks, Arthur. Yeah, I was had a bit of a hiatus with the. I was working full time. Job that I used to do back in the day. Took up all my time. Very demanding. So I didn't have much time. But now that I fully retired, when was that? Last week, last Friday. So hopefully, I might. Yeah, so hopefully I'm actually going to do a couple of flight videos, and that's probably more of what I'm going to do in the future. I'll still do this, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do 3 sectors, because streaming, talking, I get distracted. I hate doing the lousy job, and today wasn't my best effort when you're doing 3 sectors, but yeah, so let's hope. Let's hope in the future I'll start reading up those parafields. Those parafield departures are annoying the hell out of me, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it and see exactly because I know exactly what I did wrong and how best to amend it all. But anyhow, it's as I say in the classic, shits. Yeah, thanks, Sam. In about 50 years, you're not going to believe this, Sam. It goes very quick, mate. I'll tell you, it goes very quick. Especially when you're working. Every day seems like every other bloody day. Oh, I tell you. It's if you've got a job that you love, well, then, you're in heaven. But the job I've had several jobs, so I don't want to bore you, but yeah, it's...
Melbourne Terminal Information.
It was very demanding. It was taxing, and yeah, they wanted me to stay on because we had a big BHP project. BHP wanted to do a mine up in the northwest WA, and it's called a benefication or something like that. Beneficiation, that's it. where they process the iron ore. They make it like in a slurry, and they get better quality iron ore out of it. And we were going to do the engineering company that I was working for was going to have the contract, got what they called the EPCM for that. And that was probably 2 years' work. And I said to the guy, look, I don't want to work till 70. You know, really? I want to enjoy life. I want to go to Vegas this year. No, sorry, next year. You know, and I've got things to do and people to meet and all sorts of things. But anyhow, I'm glad I'm retired. You know, so financially I'm okay. Okay, so what do we got? Let's have a look. Here, we got a guy leaving Sydney going to Mount Hotham. Doesn't interest me. Sydney to Melbourne. Okay, don't get distracted, Nick. That's what happens. Qantas 560 via the start descent to 6,000.
Via the start 6,000, Qantas 550.
Velocity 284. By the start, descent to 3,000 from Belter. You cleared the ILS runway 16 approach. Report established.
Descend by the star to 3,000 from Belter. Clear the ILS approach runway 16 and velocity 284 now with information Tango.
284, you beat me to it. All stations Melbourne, information Tango is now current. The only change is the wind is 180 degrees at 18 knots. Cloud broken 3,800, information Tango. Velocity 883, contact Melbourne Centre 129.8, g'day.
Contact 129.8, velocity 883. Thanks for your help, you've been fantastic, and good luck in the new year.
883, cheers. Thanks for the kind words, sir. So, where are we at? Arthur, you're retired as well. Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, working is one of these, for some people, necessary evil, but I'll tell you what, I was semi-retired for a little while, never had a better time in all my life, and hopefully full retirement is going to be even better. And hopefully with my super, it'll be woman, booze, couple of durries, and the rest I'll waste, I guess. What was it? Georgie Best said that?
Center 172, Juliet Alpha Echo, landed Ballarat and signing off. Thanks for your service.
Juliet Alpha Echo, thanks very much, and hope you enjoyed the stream.
I'll be checking it out now. Juliet Alpha Echo.
And Juliet Alpha Echo, just wait for the big news. I'll be doing a little bit more piloting work in the future, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Juliet Alpha Echo.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's get back to... Okay, so we got these two guys. Qantas 560 via the start descent to 4,000.
Via the star 4,000, Qantas 560.
Okay, so what sort of approach is this guy going to do? Let's have a look. Which one is it? MMB. Let's see what Moorabbin. Okay, so Moorabbin, you got runway 04, 13, 17. More than likely 17 left. Okay, so 17 left. What are the procedures? I think there's an RNAV for runway 17. Let's have a look. Okay, there it is. Sierra Alpha, that's the RNAV, and I'll guarantee he'll be taking that for 17. Oh, sorry. November Golf, there's the RNAV for 17, sorry. So that's a handy tool to look at. So this is the RNAV for 35 and this is the RNAV for 17. These are all the...
Melbourne Centre, velocity 740. We're about 10 miles from top of descent, just requesting staff at Melbourne.
Velocity 740, my apologies sir, you're cleared the RB6 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready descend to flight level 250.
Heavy RB6 Alpha arrival, runway 16, and when ready down to 250. No problems, thanks very much, velocity 740.
So that's a handy tool, this one here, where it shows you on the maps, you go to, RMP. Now this is RMP authorization required, approval, which one is it now? You need to be approved because this is...
Jetstar 610, I'm back.
Jetstar 610. Okay, let's pull up the charts for... they don't have... Okay.
Velocity 284 is established, ILS runway 16.
See 284. Runway 16, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 16, velocity 284.
Qantas 560 via the Star descend to 3000. From Belter, you cleared the ILS runway 16 approach. Report established.
Descend 3000 from Belter, intercept clear the ILS approach, runway 16, Qantas 560.
G'day, Nick.
G'day, mate.
And velocity 740 is left 360.
Velocity 740, thanks. Okay, Qantas 90 is going to, I think, WAW's Indonesia, Bali. Okay, so I'll let him, if he wants to contact me, he can. Okay, so he's been cleared for his ILS. That's the 000. Now, what I was going to do is I'm going to pull up the charts. And we'll look at Moorabbin, which comes under Melbourne. Melbourne. Okay, so here's the RMP. Oh, AR, authorization required. That's it. It just came to me. So that's what is our RMP. So MMB is Moorabbin. You have a look up there. I'll try to. And NG. So I'll clear him to track director November Golf. And you're cleared to for the RMP runway 17. Okay, so now I know I have to know he can get down to 4,000. So basically I can clear him down to 4,000. And then I'll tell him to track direct. And then as he's leaving, as he's descending, he'll be leaving my controlled airspace. So, and then I'll just say, leave control area descending, no reported IFR. So, but basically that's what the RMP, and he needs to be cleared down to 4,000. So all these things you have to sort of be on top of. And like I said, if I'm streaming, I'm not going to do 3 sectors and trying to talk and sort of keep your concentration while talking Yeah, not a problem, says Sim. You know, mate, I got to check your. I got to come up to now that I'm retired, and I know you work. You're a fly in, fly out. I think I need to I want to come and check out your flight simulator. For those that don't know, Sim's got a Cessna 172 flight sim in his house, in his room. Yeah, so if you get the chance, subscribe to him. He doesn't profess to being the best, but it's entertaining. And somebody just buzzed me. I don't know who it was. Hi, Matt. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick. I'm going to head off fairly
Yeah.
soon. Did you want to cover Binduk at all?
Not really. I'm struggling to cover these three, mate, and I'm streaming as well. So, there's a couple of stuff-ups that I've done which I'm not very happy with. So, I'm struggling. So I'll just keep what I've got at the moment, if you don't mind.
Yeah, too easy. No worries.
Head velocity 284 vacated
Okay.
on to Golf.
Velocity 284, welcome to Melbourne. Taxi to the bay of your choice.
Taking to the bay, velocity 24. Thank you.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, Melbourne Centre. Funny coincidence, my dad works at Melbourne Centre in real life, and his old number plate was, oh, you're kidding me, bullshit. Kalen, don't tell me. It was PSHNTN, pushing tin. Yeah, well, I don't know if you realise this, Kalen.
And Melbourne Centre, Qantas 560 is established, Dallas, runway 16.
Qantas 560, runway 16, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 16, Qantas 560.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, were you calling before?
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, A firm.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey Juliet Bravo, what sort of approach did you want to do into Moorabbin, sir?
Exactly the one you were briefing, November Golf.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo had a feeling, Roger, sir. When ready, you cleared the RMP approach, runway 17.
When ready, we're cleared the RMP, runway 17 left, Whiskey Juliet Bravo.
And Velocity 740 requesting lower.
Oh, shit. Velocity 740, apologies, sir. Descend to flight level, correction, descend to 90,000, Melbourne QNH 1017.
Descend to 90,000 and QNH 1017, Velocity 740.
Yeah, see, when you stream. No excuse, I shouldn't, but anyhow. He shouldn't call me.
G'day, Qantas 548 on the ground at Melbourne, Bravo 23 and receipt of Tango, requesting clearance to Canberra.
Qantas 548, g'day, Melbourne Centre. You're cleared to Canberra via Docile plan route. By the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16, Docile 1 departure, score 4321, and I did make that up myself. And departures with me, 134.325.
Clear to Canberra via the Docile flight plan route, climb via the SID 5000, runway 16, Docile 1 departure, squawk 4321, departures with you 134.325, Qantas 548, thanks.
548. Whiskey Juliet Bravo, when ready, descend to 4,000.
Ready, descend to 4000, Whiskey Juliet Bravo.
Now, we have a problem. See what's going on here. We've got our 16. What happens if this guy did a missed approach? He's going to be flying straight into this guy. And this guy is at 5,000, and this guy, he's auto-release any aircraft taking off. So what I've got to do now, I've got to halt all traffic now. The thing is, in real life, what do? What they'd probably do is they'd vector him around here and he'd come through this way in real life, because suddenly now I've blocked off all takeoffs from Melbourne. So now I've presented a problem to myself. So you see how you've got to be thinking ahead all the time. So what I should have done is I should have vectored this guy around this way. I know he probably wouldn't like it, and come that way. That would have been the solution. Now, like I said, I'm not sure what they do in real life, or they could have vectored him 6,000, get him to 6,000 over Melbourne, and then come in through this way. That probably would have been another option. See, now if this guy Qantas 560 did a missed approach, I would have been stuffed. Okay, so once again, another stuff up. Anyhow, we live and learn. Just R527, star clearance available.
Just R527, go ahead.
Just R527, you're cleared the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, runway 16, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
Clear the Lizzie 8 Alpha arrival, when ready, descend to 210, Jetstar 527.
Because I'll be really critical of myself. See, you can train a monkey to do what I've just done, cleared that.
Good day, Jetstar 654 on the ground at Melbourne, stand Foxtrot 18, requesting Alpha to Canberra.
Just R654, g'day, cleared to Canberra via Docell, planned route, by the SID, climb to 5,000, runway 16, Docell 1 departure, squawk 3737, and departures with me.
Jetstar 654 cleared to Canberra via Docell flight plan route, initially climb via the SID to 5,000. Runway 16 on the Docell 1 departure, squawking 3737, departures with you.
Just R654. Yeah, so basically you can train a monkey, say, descend to 4,000, clear the ILS, descend to flight level. But what you really need in a good controller, when you get unusual situations happening and how they deal with that. And that's where, because I've been a bit rusty of late, and I'm not saying that's my excuse, but, and seeing that situation there. So that's where a good
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 560, ready for taxi.
Qantas 560, taxi to holding point Charlie, runway 16, cross 0927.
Sorry, we want taxi to the base.
Oh, 560, my apologies. Taxi to the bay of your choice.
Taxi to the bay of our choice, Qantas 560, thanks for the ATC.
It just gets worse and worse, I tell you. I'm going to go, yeah, I went direct to NG. Living the dream, Arthur, are you? I love it. Perth Aviator, obviously you're in Perth somewhere, but whereabouts in Perth? I'm in Adelaide. I think... yeah, so it's these unusual situations and how to handle the unusual. That's where, a good controller comes into his own. So, because all this stuff that I'm just saying here is all standard, So, but tonight I'll be looking at the Parafield, where I really, really stuffed up there. We've got somebody in Adelaide. He's going to...
Qantas 548, request pushing the start at Bravo 23.
Well, I see, correction, Qantas 548, push and start approved.
Qantas 548.
Okay, so what do we got? Not much else happening here. Yeah, but I think really, and what I've taken away from this, a lot of pilots, we all know what to say. Well, I guess most pilots know what to say if they're in controlled airspace. Let's say, for example, if you're in Sydney, you want to go
Whiskey
to
Juliet Bravo, we're gonna need down to a lower level to capture the glide path here.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo, when ready, leave control area descending. No reported IFR.
When ready, we can leave the controlled area descending and reported IFR. Thanks very, very much for the control. Whiskey Juliet Bravo.
Whiskey Juliet Bravo. Yeah, so so that Maltese cross is final approach fix. And there it is there, and he should be at 1,890. Now I fly the Piper Arrow from Just Flight, a bit of a beast actually, the turbo. And it doesn't have VNAV capabilities. So you've got to be really, really careful. You've got to really be careful when you're descending. And by the way, do you know, see how you've got this diagram here and you've got 3 degrees and then you think, at what point 3 degrees do you start your descent? Well, this tells you here. You can see that BNF, I should say, that one there, that is that point there, 1,890. Oh, what am I trying to say? Okay. What's... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Geez, this is not a good day.
Jetstar 610 requesting descent on top of the descent.
Ouch. That looks awful. Jetstar 610, stand by for your handoff. Jetstar 610, apologies sir. No further ATC service available. Radar services terminated. Contact Unicom 122.8. Cheers.
122.8. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's my first successful flight.
Velocity 740 via the start descent to 5,000.
By the star down to 5,000, velocity 740.
Melbourne Terminal Information Unit.
Okay, wind has changed.
Qantas 548, request taxi for an Echo intersection departure, runway 16.
Qantas 548, taxi to holding point Echo, runway 16.
Taxi Echo 16, Qantas 548.
And Jetstar 654 is ready for push and start.
Jetstar 654, push approved, and can you squawk mode Charlie on the ground, sir?
Apologies, should be done now.
654, thanks.
G'day, can I get clearance from Ballarat to you?
Sorry, station calling, say again the call sign.
British Airways 90, can I get clearance from Ballarat?
Just stand by, sir. I don't know what he said, something about Ballarat.
G'day, Velocity 236, requesting noise clearance to Melbourne.
Sorry, station that you're calling, got a lot of squelching in the background, sir.
Apologies about this one.
Not sure what he's saying. Okay. BA90, new to VATSIM. Okay. And he's going from Ballarat to Sydney. Okay. Okay, guys. Actually, I have to leave you, unfortunately. All stations, Melbourne Centre is now closing down. I've just forgot there's an errand that I have to do for the missus. Apologies for all that. Till next time, I'll catch you all later. Cheers.
Good luck with the Nick.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully my air traffic skills will improve. I've got all the time in the world now to concentrate on it, and we can probably do, I think the next one I'll do actually a flight, because a lot of people get confused about what to say and what to do, and I'm not pointing a finger at the moment, but yeah, Juliet Alpha Echo calling me. He's a VFR aircraft. Didn't need to call me because he's in uncontrolled airspace. If he was IFR, different story altogether. Okay, yeah, see you, QJet. So what I'll do is, I'll do a series of tutorials, if you want to call it that, and aircraft leaving and arriving at different classes of airspace. And I think, hopefully, that will clear a lot of things up for a lot of people, because I find that, you know, it's easy when you're leaving Sydney to go to Melbourne, Melbourne to Adelaide. It's just normal standard phraseology. But once you're out in this outback or an airfield that doesn't have a tower, or has a tower and it's closed, or, you know, then it becomes a different ball game altogether. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I've got to